Hello, welcome back to Carnage Reviews. My name is Eric, and today we're checking out buddy cop film meets horror film, Dead Heat. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Just click that subscribe button along with the bell icon to keep up to date with my latest content. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps me out. It lets YouTube know to push my content. Dead Heat was directed by Mark Goldblatt. It stars Treat Williams, Joe Piscopo, Darren McGavin, Lindsay Frost, Claire Kirkconnell, and the legendary Vincent Price. Dead Heat tells the sensitive tale of two cops named Doug and Roger who are trying to locate a gang who have been involved in a series of violent robberies. They arrive on scene of a robbery in progress, and a violent shootout follows. They discover that no matter how many bullets they put into these guys, they just don't die.
Why aren't these guys dead? We've hit them about 50 times each.
Maybe they're just flesh wounds.
I will just say the situation turns rather explosive. At the morgue, they discover that the two robbers were already dead at one point, so they are the undead. They also discover their bodies contain a preservative chemical compound that is linked to a drug company. When they go to the company headquarters to investigate, they find out some rather monstrous details. Roger is tragically killed, but fear not, my friends, as our characters locate a machine that can resurrect the dead, the same machine used to bring back the bank robbers.
This is how they do it, Doug. This is how they resurrect the dead.
Get out of here.
Roger is brought back to life, and he and Doug go on a mission to find out just what the hell is going on.
Hi, guys.
Dead Heat is a simple B-movie. The plot moves rather quickly, and the film isn't perfect by any means, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. The film is basically Lethal Weapon meets Return of the Living Dead. The idea of a buddy cop horror film is a cool one. As I said, the plot does move rather fast, so we're introduced to characters rather quickly. However, Doug and Roger have really good chemistry on screen, and they're very likable characters. I first saw Dead Heat on an episode of Joe Bob Briggs' The Last Drive-In, and I had such a good time with the movie, I knew I wanted to own it. Luckily for me, I found a 4K Blu-ray copy of the movie, and I grabbed it as soon as I could. The special effects in the movie are a major highlight. They're very well done. There is a scene, and spoiler alert here, there's a scene where this woman's body basically falls apart, and it's disgustingly cool. My favorite scene has to be when they're in a Chinese restaurant and all these dead animals get resurrected. It's really cool, and the creature effects are on point. You know, come to think of it, was there a movie before this where there was zombie animals? I can't think of one. I don't think Dead Alive would count because technically the rat monkey was a carrier of the virus, but not an actual zombie. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments if there are other films that did this before. You know what? I am wrong. Return of the Living Dead had that dog scene in it. Vincent Price, being the icon and legendary actor he is, does a good job with the screen time he's given. I wish we got to see more of him in this movie. Dead Heat is filled to the brim with one-liners and jokes. Some of them are funny, to meh, to not very funny at all. For the most part, though, the actors make the material work.
How do you fight this thing?
Maybe we could drown it in A1 sauce.
I like the characters of Doug and Roger so much that I think it would have been cool if they did a whole series of movies with these characters. Can you imagine them in different type of horror situations? Like, what if they had to deal with a slasher or a vampire or aliens? I think it would have been cool. The possibilities could have been endless. Sadly, we never got a Dead Heat 2. If you like buddy cop movies, action movies, horror movies, B-movies, there's something for you to enjoy in Dead Heat. It mixes the right amount of action with B-movie goodness. It has two great main characters and great special effects. The movie is by no means a classic, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. I give Dead Heat 4.5 skulls. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a solid and tap that like button. And if you've seen Dead Heat, I would love to read your thoughts on the film in the comment section. So, we are now in the month of September, and you know what that means. We're that much closer to Halloween. Praise Satan. So, with that said, That's it for me today, guys. Remember, if the dead are a rockin', don't go a knockin'. Bye-bye.